focus on the latest technology issues used in open and distance learning, such as MOOC, Learning Management System, and e-learning. He also currently concentrating on development of learning in remote and underdeveloped areas. Mr. Ronaldo, the time is yours.
Thank you very much, Miss Nani, our wonderful MC. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable speaker, partner, participant, and committee of this online event. Good day, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the international webinar on Internet Offline, promoting digitalization in remote area. As introduced by MC previously, my name is Renaldo. Please call me Edo. I am manager of IT and knowledge management in SEAMOLEC. I am excited to be moderator of this session 1, improving access on open learning platform for offline improvement. In this session, we will have 3 speakers sharing their presentation. They are Mr. Nicola Martignoni, Dr. James Alexander, and Mr. Galton Saputra. Now, let's start with our first speaker. Mr. Nicola Martignoni is a high school mathematics and computer science teacher and a teacher trainer. He is a founder and maintainer of the moodlebox. Nicola Martignoni has been teaching with Moodle since 2002 and has been coordinator of Moodle Friends community and its main Friends translator since 2003. He is regular speaker at national and international conferences in France, English, German, and now in Southeast Asia. So, Mr. Martignoni, you have 15 minutes, sir, for your presentation. The time is yours, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So I will begin my presentation now. Hopefully everything is okay. So as you know, my name is Nicola Martignoni. I live in Europe. It's a bit early for me. It's 7:30. I live in the French part of Switzerland. So I'm sharing my presentation now. Fribourg is a very small but beautiful city. As you can see here, we sometimes have snow. It's not the case now, but it's however beautiful. Did you know that in Switzerland we have 4 official languages and none of them is English? So I'll do my best to speak as well as possible. So I'm teacher in college level, mathematics and computer science, and a teacher trainer. Some of my students may be watching right now, so I give them a friendly hello. I've been a Moodle user since for 20 years, convinced of its value as a learning platform. In 2016, I created moodlebox. And I will speak today about the challenges of providing quality teaching in remote areas without internet connectivity using moodlebox, as well as the perspectives of the evolution of moodlebox. Concretely, what's a moodlebox? I'll begin with this with the small reminder of what is exactly a moodlebox. And I will talk then about challenges and perspectives. So let's begin with what is a moodlebox. For several years, I was interested in the idea of setting a mobile Moodle server, either on a laptop or on one of the many single board computers that were beginning to flourish at that time. We are about around 2015. More precisely, I was interested in providing a cheap and mobile standalone and all-in-one Moodle server, and to allow teachers and students to access this server by wireless connection. That was my vision, a standalone, all-in-one, small, cheap, a plug-and-play mobile device which combines a wireless access point with a fully featured Moodle server. And secondary goal for me, very important, was to publish the entire project as a free software under an open source license. Since this is essentially, and this is very important, it's about helping people and communities who lack financial and or technical resources. The Raspberry Pi 3B was released in 2016, and it ticked all the boxes. It's small and mobile. Maybe you have already seen such an SBC, such a single board computer. It's very, very small, just like this. It's cheap, around $40. The whole bill of materials amounts to $80. It's standalone. It can work without any infrastructure. It can be powered with power cells, for instance, and it needs no network at all. It's all-in-one. Just this piece of computer is needed to make moodlebox working. It contains a full-featured Moodle server, and clients can access it via Wi-Fi. So all that was to do now was to write the software to make it working easy, to make it easy to use. And so the Moodlebox was born, and that was my work, programming the software to make this little tool useful for teachers and students. As you know, Moodlebox is used all around the world. You see here a map with all of the countries where Moodlebox was used in 2022. Moodlebox image was downloaded more than 26,000 times, and it's used on all the continents. Very few countries don't use it. Here are some very interesting use case of the Moodlebox. These are only small, some examples. There are a lot of many more, but these are for me typical use cases, so I would share them with you. Digital learning platform for Syrian refugee girls that was in Lebanon in very, very early 2017. Moodlebox is used also in industrial country in Europe, for instance Germany, for teacher training. Moodle in the wild, learning in the wilderness. That was a camp in Germany. It's also used in France, in prisons, at detention centers. Inmates have access to course content delivered from the local university locally, and this is a very interesting project too. We have in Ghana rural literacy solutions, North Ghana, and also in France, escape game for chemistry teaching at the Troyes University of Technology. Also an interesting use case. And finally, reaching remote areas with interactive school digital resources with no internet and no reliable electricity in Lebanon. And this is the frequent use case in the world, I think. You see that these uses are not only in unprivileged countries, but mainly Moodlebox is used there. Maybe you've seen this one, you've heard of it. It was this project, Tapshura in a Box. It was it got a lot of attention in 2017. It got a big prize and a UNESCO award. It was based on the Moodlebox. So what are the Moodlebox challenges? I will speak first of all, with the challenges from a pedagogical perspective. These are the most challenging topics, I think. moodlebox is just like an empty library. It's a beautiful but empty library. A library exists to provide books for its visitors. Without books, it's useless. It's the same with the moodlebox. Without educational resource, it's a fascinating piece of technology, but of no use. And the teacher's job is not primarily to create such resources. They are not authors. That's why it's important to provide them with the right learning materials, and that is the real challenge. Of course, educational content can be purchased, but just as moodlebox is a free open source project, I think that the use of free resources is philosophically and more sustainable, as people can so benefit of these open educational resources. Everyone can benefit, especially the underprivileged, who do not have the money to buy the often expensive paid resources. Textbooks cost should not be a barrier for education, in my opinion. From a pedagogical perspective, more translation for the documentation are lacking. These translation would help more teachers to use the moodlebox. It would be a very good step when I could provide a translation, for instance, in Arabic or in Thai of the moodlebox documentation, and Chinese, and so on. The third challenge for me is to allow to empower the teachers to use Moodle effectively. Moodle is not so easy to use at the moment. It's it's a very good tool of technology, but it needs teacher training, and this is a big challenge, I think, for moodlebox, but not only for moodlebox, for Moodle usage in the world. What are now the technical challenges of the moodlebox? Most and important requested feature is the following. It's the synchronization between two Moodle instances. This is very difficult to achieve. Synchronization between two Moodle instances involves the copy to a moodlebox, for instance, of a course from an online Moodle instance, use it offline in the moodlebox, and get all the modifications back to the online Moodle without losing anything. For instance, forum discussions, changes in resources, quiz tentatives, assignment submissions, database entries, grades, and so on. It's not. It's a problem currently. It's not possible to do this between two Moodle instances, but that would be a very interesting improvement. Second most requested feature, more wireless clients. Currently, a single moodlebox allows 20 students to connect simultaneously. This is sometimes too few. The limitation inherent to the Raspberry Pi can be worked around, but working it around makes the moodlebox less intuitive and less all-in-one. Okay, that's the main challenges. There are also challenges in management. As you know, moodlebox is a one-person project. I'm alone in developing moodlebox. That is, and on my spare time, that's a pet project. As you have heard before, I'm a teacher, as my main work is teacher. So this is all done on in my spare time. So the management, the development are an issue for me. It costs time, and this is a little from the inside also a challenge for me. what are now the perspectives of moodlebox? I have a lot of ideas, and the first thing to say is moodlebox is here to stay and will always be free. For me, as I already told you, it's very important. This is a tool for unprivileged people who do not have resources, so it will be always free. A goal from myself is to preload some good open educational resources in the moodlebox. With a team of friends, we are already reflecting on this topic, and we would like to do this in the next future. I'd like to redesign and add more translation to the documentation, as I already told you this before. This would be for me a big challenge to get people to help me to translate the documentation. And as I already say, as this is a one-person project, it will be cool, very, very, very proud to receive contribution, for instance, as translations. Last but not least, we are also thinking about including more analytics in the moodlebox. Analytics to provide recommendation to teachers for using better the moodlebox for improving the learning of the students. A lot of work, as you see. I hope we could improve so the moodlebox, so the usage for the students and the learning improves more and more. Okay, thank you for listening to me. Here are my datas. If you want to contact me, provide contributions. Thanks, and good luck for the next presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for nice sharing, Mr. Martini.